Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the patch notes for June 30th, 2015. Let's go ahead and start where we always start, with the new god skins. We have Dragon King Kuang skin as a tier 3 skin. We have, here's what he looks like a little bit. No voice pack or anything for him, but he's pretty spiffy looking. Got some antlers, running around without a shirt on, being all muscular and horny. I don't think there's a way I could get away from that one. The next up is Iron Crow Hoi. This looks a little bit like Rama or Rom's skin. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Kind of a futuristic, diesel-driven kind of thing. Nuclear bombs being launched. All kinds of really cool stuff. Here's a listen to his voice pack.
Yes, I am the Reckoning. Splendid. Sorry. Wasn't that fun?
And just overall, his the kit and everything he has, you know, it looks pretty cool. The sun's being like crashing satellites and all that. It's just really neat. Then we have Rav's recolor skin, kind of a bluish gray colored demon freak show monk craziness thing. It's pretty spiffy. As far as voice packs go, there's the Iron Crow Hoi voice pack, of course. And then we have two announcer voice packs, one being Nox, and then the other being Swag. So here's a brief listen to the Nox voice pack.
They thought they could keep the lights on. Darkness has come! You can't kill what you can't see. Sleep tight. Pentakill! Pentakill!
And also a brief listen to this Swagni voice pack.
Oh, hey, make it rain. I love it when they call me Big Papa. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm not OP, I'm OG. You keep talking like a bitch, I'm gonna have to smack you like one.
Both of these are quite charming indeed. Now we also have some upgrades to the Season 2 ticket, most notably the option to choose split instead of choosing one for one game and then choosing another for the other and then getting it backwards and not being able to get any points. You can now choose split if you think that the teams are going to go 1-1, which is really kind of cool. Also, we have a large number of interesting things. So we have Executioner Nemesis at 100 or 1,000 points, excuse me. 2,000 the owl icon. We have a treasure roll at 250. Culkin skin at 3,000. At 350 we have another treasure roll. We have a 4,000. We have the season ticket frame upgrade 1. 450 we have a treasure roll. 5,000 the Nox announcer pack. 550 treasure roll. Swagni. Just going on. You can see it on the screen. Treasure roll. Iron Hoi, which is how you obtain him. And then another treasure roll. And then finally a frame upgrade 2. Now these are a like gold and then platinum looking frame upgrades. Pretty spiffy. I like it. And it will be retroactive. So if you already have the points, you will get the items that are up. So kind of cool. You can also buy your way into this now. For 300 gems, or is it 500? For a certain number of gems, I am not seeing it, you will get 500 points for your Fantasy League points. So you can technically buy your way in if you wish to get the skins and the rolls and all that, but you're not required to. You can earn all of it just playing the game. Also, we have a update to the Quicksilver Mercury skin, his card. Also, Misdiagnosis apparently has an upgrade as well, but they did not give us anything to see that with, so that will have to wait. A bunch of UI stuff. The season ticket loading frame now evolves at 4,000, 8,000. We just talked about that. It's pretty spiffy looking. Announcer packs will now only play your own and will not be rebroadcasted or broadcasted to everyone else, hopefully. Moving on, not a lot of changes that are very specific. Arena, some works and some tweaking. But let's talk about general gameplay. This is where it's really kind of big. So Fire Giant and Gold Fury now have a 50% reduction to lifesteal when hitting them. This is gonna really affect the hunters. They're no longer going to be able to easily solo objectives, which is kind of massive and takes a lot of the threats away. So moving on, we also have changes to warding. You can now only place 2 wards. So your team has a maximum of 10 wards that they can place at all. And whenever you kill a basic ward or a sentry ward, you gain 50 gold. Also, basic ward vision has been reduced to 450, and Eye of Providence has been removed, which makes me a little sad. I think that they should have worked it better, but whatever. Maybe it'll come back at some point. All wards also have a 1-second reveal time when they are placed, so you have a chance to be able to kill the ward before it goes under. So let's talk about some more Gold Fury changes. Gold Fury now has a scaling amount of gold that you can obtain from it, starting at 100 and moving up to 350, gaining 10 gold per minute of the game timer. This also goes for the XP as well, being 100, going up to 10, up to 250. And Gold Fury now breaks player deployable, so you can no longer kite it around on her pillars and stuff like that. It's a little jarring, but you know, whatever. So this is a kind of an important change to go along with the other changes, just meaning that the game is going to have to slow down a little bit. You're not going to be able to completely wreck a team off of 1 or 2 kills. Also, kill bounties, note this as well. You will gain less gold for kills early on in the game, but it will increase over time so that it will be about the same amount as before. However, arena will stay the same. So then we have a giant change, which is jungle camps, or jungle creatures. So their starting healths are being reduced quite significantly. 250 health down to 180, and their damage is being decreased from 9 to 5. That is a really potent change. The Harpies as well are getting the same treatment. Their attack going from 8 to 5, and the Cyclops buff holders, the big ones, are going from 1080 to 960, not as much, and increasing health growth from 55 to 65 every 3 minutes. Also talking about the jungle camps, we are having some respawn timers changing. So mid camps are going to spawn at the 10-second mark, just like every other buff camp, or every other camp. But also, attack speed, mana, etc., is having their timers reduced. Attack speed is going down to 3 minutes, which is the purple buff. Blue buff is going down to 3 minutes as well. Back harpies are going down to 100 seconds to 80 seconds. Pretty spiffy. Mid camps will spawn at 310 instead of 3 minutes. Now to go along with all this, we have a lot of item change. Well, not a lot. We have a decent amount of item changes. First, we're going to be talking about actives. The Hand of the God tree. So Hog, you might not see it as much anymore for multiple reasons. Rank 1 Hand of the Gods means you are only going to kill 1 minion, or it will only damage 1 minion. It will always target the one with the highest amount of health. Rage of the Gods, which is rank 2, now hits up to 2 targets with a maximum 2 with the highest health. Fist of the Gods targets always the 3 with the highest NPC targets, always the 3 with the maximum highest health. So it still will hog or fist all people. Now, Wrath of the Gods no longer deals a percentage damage of objectives bosses, but it does now do 480 true damage to jungle camps and 900 true damage to objectives, Fire Giant and Gold Fury, and Siege Giant. And if you Wrath of the Gods, every other hog will deal 50% less damage, and objectives have their health bars tuned so that 900 health. This means that Vulcan, Ra, Kuang, these really big heavy hitters can now possibly steal objectives with their ults, and you're not as reliant on the hog, which is one reason why it's going to be kind of going away. So let's talk about Greater Sprint. No longer removes in-hand movement speed penalties. This means as an ADC, you're not going to be able to use this as an offensive item. Also, certain assassins as well, but mainly hunters. You will not be able to easily chase people down with this item anymore, and that is quite a good thing. Now, going along with this, Heavenly Agility has had its duration reduced to 5 seconds from 6 to make it a little bit more in line, though not quite sure if it's going to be good enough. However, Hasten Fatalis is getting a buff so that instead of it being 1 second, no movement speed penalty when you use an in-hand, it's now 2 seconds, giving you the ability to miss a shot or two and still be able to fully utilize the item. This is a pretty good buff for the item, and we'll see how good it is. But I could definitely see certain characters really possibly favoring this item now. A little bit, maybe not a lot, but a little bit. So then let's talk about the Precious Keen Size. It is having a fairly decent 200 gold price reduction. The item's not being picked up very much because of the nerfs that it took, and they are figuring, well, maybe if we lower the cost a little bit, it'll be... Not quite sure how I feel about it. Certain gods like Kali are probably going to be a bit happier, knowing that they can pick this item up a lot cheaper. Also, the new god coming out will also possibly look at it as well. Shoes of the Magi. All hail the days of the mage. So this item is taking a slight nerf because it's losing 25 power, but it's gaining 10 magical penetration. And the price is being increased from 1550 to 16,000. 1600. Math's hard. Look, basically, you're probably not going to see many people using shoes, the other shoes anymore, shoes of focus. Let's talk about another Magi's, which is Magi's Blessing. Price is being increased by 100 gold, and the cooldown is going up from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. Now, this is good for Conquest, but kind of sucks for Assault, or excuse me, Arena. That's how that goes. Now, let's talk about Heartseeker and Doom Orb. Ignoring all the other changes, Heartseeker and Doom Orb are now items that you're going to pick up if you think you're better than the person you're playing against. I feel like that the part of this should just be removed, but whatever. So you gain 6 physical power per stack and receive 2 stacks per god kill and 1 stack per god assist. Arena, I don't know. I don't think that I think this item is just never going to be picked up. Same with Doom Orb. It's the same concept. You get 10 stacks and all. I just don't think anyone's ever going to use this item anymore. And I don't like the way that if you didn't lose stacks, then maybe it would be good. But you lose stacks, so I don't ever seeing it being good. But note that if you do somehow manage to get all your stacks up, you are going to be receiving 80 physical power, which is a pretty massive amount. Same with Doom Orb, you're going to be receiving 40 plus, look, I'm doing math, this is not safe, that's 140. So 140 power in all. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I don't see anyone ever using it. Void Shield and Witchblade both have just some text fixing. Let's talk about some God balancing. Agni's got some graphics fixes. Alpoash has tooltip being updated correctly. Apollo fixing some issues where he could leave the map. Uelix's Feather Step not crippling Sun Wukong while in bird form, not properly shedding. Bastet reduced the health of cats. Oh, why did they not mention that as being important? Just overall, her cats are being nerfed quite significantly, and they're attributing it to the fact that Hand of the Gods is getting nerfed. That's okay, whatever. My favorite jungler. I'm sad. Jade Bunny fixed her not returning with actives and consumables purchased using auto-buy. Oh, interesting. Updated the description to say it also gives mana after dodging basic attacks. Hey, there you go. Rollout. Fixed Geb losing movement speed after crawl control effect immunity. Blah, blah, blah. Fixed cripple immunity not working on Warrior's Will. Fixed not hitting if target or partially in a wall. I guess that's if you throw it against a Thor wall. Kali, Lash. Fixed lifesteal granted on targets with Shield of the Underworld. Fixed roots not properly shedding. Fixed arena recommended item missing last item. Interesting. Distribution fixed. Blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm sorry. Most of this is just not interesting. Updating tooltips. Fixed conditions where he could be killed twice. All right. That's cool. Now mentions disarm in description, and Xbalanque fixed So basically, there's no real god changes except Bastet getting a real nerf. Okay, let's move on to the bread and butter of the entire thing, and let's talk about Ravon. Ravon? I already forgot how to pronounce his name. Let's talk about this bad boy. So he is a demon monk type fighting character. That's essentially what he is. But talking about his kit is quite interesting. So his passive is each time he successfully lands a hit, he gains a combo chain. Notably, they did not put his name correctly and they named him Paron. Oh wait, no, Paron's Assault. I'm dumb. Okay, look. Anyway, moving on. Basically increases the damage that his first ability will do with each stack that it has up to a maximum of 60% extra damage. So basically he'll build up these combo points and then he'll use his one. His one is a really quick cooldown, 6 seconds, you know, you get some cooldown, it'll be lower. So you're gonna be spamming that a lot. And what it does is that is basically just a conal hit, smash, boom. It's really cool, and he's very quick. He's just a really quick hitting character. On the screen they have him built with like max attack speed items. So ignore how fast he hits, even though it's really cool. There's no power behind his punches. Anyway, moving on to his second ability, which is Overhead Kick. This is essentially a Chang'e ability that allows you to clear waves. And it doesn't give you mana though. So he can dodge attacks while doing damage. High physical power on this one as well. Contribution. Same with his 1. Very high physical power contribution, 75% and 70%. A lot of actual power going toward it. So some power builds might be interesting to see on him. I'm happy about that. So his next ability is 10-handed Shadow Fist. This goes with his lore. He has 10 hands. He basically sends a wave of fists forward, which root opponents. Deals decent damage. You know, 55% scaling, not great, but yeah, not bad. Stops at the first god, but he does get healed for enemies that are hit, which is kind of cool. And then targets are rooted for 1 second. Not very long root, but it's a root. So a really cool ability. I like it. And then the last is Mystical Rush. This is kind of his gap closer, big, ultimate, run up and punch you in the face kind of ability. Scaling on it's not very high at all. However, he is linked to the target he jumps at. So that target does full damage, but all other enemies only do 40% damage to him. And this is on a end game, kind of a lower cooldown, 70 seconds as compared to 90. So if you do have, you know, at least 25% cooldown, you're going to be able to do this fairly often. It is a dash though, it's not a leap, so you can't use it through walls or anything like that. You have to have direct line of sight in order to perform it. And overall, his entire kit just is really neat looking. It's gonna be interesting to get our hands on it when the PTS comes up. Hopefully I will actually do videos this time. Yeah, I like the character, I like the design, I like the look. And I like having another god that punches. Rest in peace Mercury, who forever nerfed. Yeah, tell me what you guys think about the patch. I'm trying some different things in the editing again. Just overall, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys look forward to these big changes that are coming that will hopefully shift the meta and make Conquest fun to play again. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me down below. Yada yada yada. Any Oxyfree. Make sure you subscribe if you like the channel. Make sure that you like this video to show support. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, have a great day.
Bravo! I am invincible. Excellent indeed. Sorry. Good game. Fortune smile upon you. Silence! That's too bad. Devils, take it! Savor this. Don't expect me to wish you health and long life. You will have neither. I stopped the very sun and moon in the sky. You should be no problem.